got to remember to turn the mic on. Now, Bill's not here at the moment, but he is going to be. That's why I've got my earphones in. He's just on his way back from a very important golf meeting. So he'll be here shortly, he informs me. That's unless he's, you never know, he's maybe played over. So, quick buffet, all the way from Mother Russia. Volcano Mods Lascar V2 with the lovely Rangdar on the front. That's the one that's on Bogan's neck. Call it the Bogan mod, but it's not really. Well, it's obviously licensed by him. But he didn't make it. I'll get to you all in a minute. I forgot what they call this now. Oh, the Lucia B. Look at that. With the Albrique on the top for a bit of mouth to lung action with a 0.5 alien from John at Proper Coils. In that, I've got some of that. Look at that. Made it myself. Lim shock. So lemon and lime. And that shock that they use and everything. I didn't tell you what was in that Lascar B2, didn't I? It's white chocolate banana from Posh Vape View, which obviously is my only brand. My brand. Coming soon to a shop near you. Hello, Tony. How you doing? Nice to see you, mate. Good to see you. Also, we've got the... don't forget the mic's in the way. It's not a Garbiter, it's an Arbiter. And it's also got a eye tank on the top with the 8mm bubble glass on. You can actually buy them in the UK if you just look for them. And on the inside of that one, strawberry custard donut. Right, I'm just going to go down this chat. There's a lot of people here, all chattering away. Good evening, Andy. We love you. Nice to see you. Hello, Matt Polly. We love you twice. Hello, Bick. Nice to see you, mate. We love you. You actually got a free membership last week. And you've got another one, Matt. I think yours run out and you got another one the other night on the midnight, on the early morning vape show at 3 a.m. Hello, Coyle. Nice to see you, mate. John the Vaping Joker. Good evening to you, mate. Garrett. Nice to see you. Again, no Belgian beer. Nothing. Just, Lewisburg, Virginia. That's what I've got in here. James Riviera, nice to see you. Andy, nice to see you again. Oh, we've already said hello to you, but we love you anyway. Connor Smith, nice to see you. How are you? Hadn't seen you since yesterday. Billy Lee, lovely to see you. We love you. The Vaping Snowman, good to see you, mate. Nice to see you. Anybody else? One or two repeats. Oh, Mr. Intense, good evening to you. Andrew, nice to see you, mate. Connor just never stops talking. Again, hello to you, Tony. Nice to see you, mate. You've probably already gone, have you? Tim NZ, morning. Nice to see you. I did give a great jump. Oh, we got to Tony. So Craig Campbell, good to see you, mate. Hope you're doing well. Didn't you have a bit of an accident the other day? Fall off something? Hope you're all right. Hope you're getting better. I've moved a load of crap off this desk and it seems to wobble a bit now. I've got rid of half the weight, I think. Make sure we don't miss anybody. Obviously, Tim NZ, you could have two good mornings because you're from New Zealand. It's a long way away. 9 p.m. here. I don't know if you knew that, but anyway, it is. Ian Thomas, you beautiful creature. Nice to see you, mate. It's weird now where all these free memberships keep flying about and Ian never got one. Oh, Jane's in. The lovely Jane. Nice to see you. We love you. You're very chatty tonight. Very excitable. Good evening, Mike. Nice to see you. Cloud Chucker. And we love you as well. We're not too bad, Tim. Just give me a second. I'll get down here. Vapor Bunny, we love you. You've got a free membership again, I think. Oh, good evening. Good evening, Huge Nigel. What part of you's huge? Huge Nigel. They call me Big Mick. Because I'm tall. Hang on, Craig. Hang on. I ain't seen you. I didn't see you. I must have scanned past you. Give me a minute. Sorry. Hang on, make sure I haven't missed anybody else. Mick, I'm here, you blind SOP. Good evening, Craig. We love you. I think we're done. We're done. If you come in later, we'll have to shout you out one by one. The best beer in the world is Western Vegetarian. 12 degrees from Belgium. I actually like your Duval. I drink it out of a Duval chalice. I keep buying off Amazon at about £7 each every time I break another one. Are we coming through all right? Just checking. Now, we'll go over the title. I'll do this while Bill's not here anyway, be easier. The title of the show this evening. Your favourite... What did I put? I can't remember what I put now. Your vape supplier is for life, not just for Christmas. Obviously, Greg D gifted it. Who got that? Hey, Sapir. Welcome. I think what it's doing, Craig, I think we ought to stop doing that because it's not selecting the people that are in the chat. It's selecting people that haven't been for a while, I think. So maybe we ought to just yeah, exactly. We maybe ought to just, I think you might be chucking good money after bad. Not saying that person's bad, but I say it's not. Don't seem to be people that's in it at the moment. I think they just turn their computer on after 6 months and I was a member there for a month. Loads of names I don't recognise in here. Only one I remember is Bunny. You must remember Craig D and Ian Thomas and John the Vaping Joker and Coyle. Everybody knows Coyle with his spanner. And the Vaping Snowman. He once met and never forgotten. And Gerrit. Oh, Trappist beer, nice. Oh, that'll be a bit of firewater. Anyway, your favourite vape supplier is for life, not just for Christmas. So I've been using my favourite vape suppliers because I've got a few. Obviously, one of them isn't in chat because he's probably in bed. But I had a little shopping session last night. Must admit, it was a bit warm on the old Carlin, but so I popped over to Vape Gems and no Gems. It's not Gems, it's Gems. And I had a little. Make sure I get the right one. That's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. Third time lucky. Here we go. So I popped over to Vape Gems and had a look at what he's got. Now he's got an offer on for free nicotine. Don't know how long it's going to last. So I bought myself a nice bottle of Aramax's root beer for $12.95. This is just to show you I actually spend my money. They've done all free shit and that, you know what I mean? Some how do you pronounce that? Rosius custard, rhubarb custard from Legio X. Obviously, this has come through Graham's Vape Gems. And I spent £25.90 and then £3.99 on the shipping. And then I thought, well, I've spent some money with one, I better spend some money with another. So I popped over to Dispergo. Now, if you go over to Dispergo, on a regular transaction, you can put build 20 in and you'll get 20% off. But I didn't do that because on this particular offer, this is a brilliant offer. And I just thought I'd tell you about it. So you've got a mystery box of 400 millilitres of e-liquid. And then you can choose whether you want fruits or whether you want desserts. So I've chose desserts. And that's $19.95. And that comes with enough nicotine to make 400 mils into, what would that be? 400, nearly 500, wouldn't it? 480, because you're going to get 2 nick shots in each one. And that's for £20 plus $2.99 shipping. They're a bit cheaper than Graham. Yeah, hit the like button, that'd be nice. And then subscribe if you haven't already, and then listen to everything I tell you. All right. And then after that, I thought, well, I was already on the stream with CC coils, so I ordered a couple of single Clapton coils, mouth-to-lung Clapton coils. And then when I'd finished, I popped another look at Coils by Scott. And anyway, I was going to do it, but I'd had a few sherbets and I thought, I don't want to press the wrong one, so I'll wait till tomorrow. So anyway, this morning, 15% discount comes into my email. So I got 128 off. So I ordered, there's actually 2 2 single coils in there. 0.4 alien Claptons. So they're on the way as well. So that's my shopping done for this month. But if anybody wants, especially that one from Dispergo, if anybody that's, oh no, don't press that one. Or that one. We don't need another intro, thank you. That went well. So there you are. There you are. Special offers all about. So you can nip across. That's not obviously a Benny thing. That's just what I actually bought, and I just thought I'd show you them because I thought it'd be quite interesting. These glasses aren't where it working today. Graham's fleecing on shipping. Oh, I don't know. That extra £1. Thing is, Graham, just a small boutique company bringing, forwarding other boutique companies to sell their wares. And Dispergo's, obviously they're manufacturing their own liquids, so where they save a little bit on their manufacture, obviously they can leave it off the shipping. Calls by Scott was really nice. About 128. Oh. What's Connor on about? He's been rude. Yeah, there is quite a lot of regulars. I don't know how many people are actually in, but so Bill's playing golf. So I presume he's playing golf anyway, and he just said he might not make it for the start, but he'll make it sometime during the show. So I thought I might as well just start at normal time, and I can sit here chatting with you. What's a Kuka? This is a nice device. This is that one I won in Vic's auction. It's semi-regulated. Well, it's not semi-regulated. It's got a MOSFET in it, hasn't it? I think Pugsy got the full mech version. Extra £1 for the bus to the post office. He actually lives just around the back of the post office, so if you do it in the daytime, as soon as he does the order, instead of waiting for another one to come in, he just walks straight around the post office, and it gets off straight away. They're both coming tomorrow. They're both the Dispergo ones and Graham's, and so Graham's was ordered about 1 o'clock this morning, and the Dispergo one was ordered about 9 o'clock this morning. So they're both turning up. That's 24-hour shipping as well for that price. Tomorrow the new Pulse V2 is also coming. All right. Oh, AIO is coming. Sorry. All right. Borers just don't really float my boat. I'm a big watcher of Mr. Bogan, but if he's doing an AIO, I never watch it. It just doesn't do anything for me at all. The demo RDA. That's the Screamer RDA. If somebody was on about one last week, you usually find them on eSig one at about £5 something. They do them on special offer all the time. And they're cracking little RDA, but 20 of the 25s, it just fits perfect on top of there. About £300 mod with a £5 RDA on the top. But I've got a couple of aliens in there, and they just crackle away all day. And with it being a small chamber, it's fiery as you like. Jeff the Cat's decided he wants to go out, but he's going to have to wait for a bit. Oh, nice. Anybody else talking to me? I'm more concerned about not letting what happens in the Premier Inn hotel room at Expo out of the bag. Be much Prosecco drinking. You need to get the posh room, Connor, so you can get your Prosecco cooled down. Otherwise, because it's no good warm, because you'll be getting plenty. What's all that stock, Craig? Speaking of Mr. Hanky Panky, where is he? Monday nights, he always spends time with me, Julie, because it's a night that she gets off, a bit like Wednesday nights. It's unless Sue's doing something special. It's not very often you see me. I'll usually pop into Benny's and say hello, but that's all I ever do. Because you've got to keep it special, haven't you? Really? Yeah, I've got about 3 of these screamers. You'll see I've had a bit of a tidy up. I don't know if you can that way. There we go. That Atty stand has been stood on there with a load of atomizers and old tanks in there with juice in them leaking all over the place. I looked at it today and I thought that's disgusting, so I took them all out. I chucked half the tanks away because they were from 2016. Good evening, Josh. Nice to see you. And I thought, well, I'm just going to have a tidy up. There was a load of old bottles of e-liquid there, some of them from 2022, as black as your hat. So I just threw the bottles away and everything, to be honest. And it looks a lot cleaner, looks a lot tidier. And then the space down here, where I've got battery chargers and that, and there's loads more space there as well. So it's just spring cleaning early. It looks a lot better, and it feels a lot better. So I could do with having a bit of a sort of work round in this room, really. I could do with some cupboards down here, and then everything else could go in there and tidy it up. But I moved the microphone from one end of the desk to the other, which makes this desk twice the size. I think we're going to cut Bill's wages. Do you like the new intro? Thought we'd freshen it up for the new year. You do get a bit sick of listening to the same old stuff. I've shortened it off by a minute as well. So I like to have a bit of an intro. Just warms up the notification. It gives people a chance to remember that you're on. But they can get a bit long when you're 4 and 5 minutes. I need to throw some bottles out too. Black 2, probably 300. That's it. Yeah. Yeah, you just, especially when you mix, you just sort of leave these things, don't you? And you leave it and leave it and leave it. And then you try it and you think, oh, it's a bit rancid now. And then instead of just throwing it away, you think, oh, I'll wash the bottle out. Well, if you've had a real strong Cat B1 stood in there for a year and a half, you're never going to get that flavour out. So you've either got to remix a custard in it. And I just thought, well, I've got loads of bottles in the cupboard. Yeah, it's coming on. He's on his way back from somewhere. He thought he might just make it, but it's a bit of a short window at this time of year for him to play golf. And so obviously I think it was 4 p.m. Over there, so they can't start while lunchtime. So he has to they have to get the game in and then get home. So that's why he's a bit late. You don't mix? Oh, right. Here's a bottle for you. I'll show you this. Can't remember what date's on this. Is it 2019? This was the I don't know where the thing is for it. It must be 2000. These were just going out of date when I bought. I think maybe 2020. They were just going out of date when I bought them, and I bought about 20 bottles of it, and it's still not gone really. Look, and it's I've had it 3 years. It was in a box underneath my desk, for I don't know, over a year. When I took it out, it was still the same colour as it was when I bought it. And that was where I got the idea of mixing champagne and strawberries. But that's got a bit of honey in it, that one. And I've ate this for months and months and months. It's a lovely juice. I don't know if I'd still like it now, but there's half a bottle there, but I've kept that one. That's all right, Andrew. We'll let you off, mate. Let you off. I wasn't ever going to speak to you again, but we'll let you off. I've still got some Empire vape. All right, nice. Yeah, I've got quite a lot, obviously, with reviewing for Dispergo for a while. They did send quite a lot out, one bit. And you just don't get through it. Then you buy some more and you buy some more. I've got the 37 bottles of that came out from Australia when they did that thing for Lou. And I won the auction. So I've got 37 bottles of that in 60 mils, full 60 ml bottles. But I just fancy doing a bit of shopping. Did I have 28 strawberries when you mix them into the champagne? No, I think I used 3. I used strawberry sweet. Because I had a big thing for that. Strawberry ripe and something else. There was another strawberry that I put in it. And then I put it with a bit of champagne. If you're into mixing, it's on my ELR, and it was really nice. And Mr. Nevins actually took that recipe and obviously tweaked it up, and he turned it into the snob. That's a true story. I used to tell everybody that he stole it, but he obviously didn't. Billy's probably picking up his check in his tray. He will be. I'm sure he will be. You never know. He's maybe even gone to somewhere else. He didn't say he was golfing. I'm just presuming. He might have had an appointment. Anybody else? So as I said, if you want to pop over and have a look, if you're a bit short on juice and a bit short on money, 400 mils for £19 somewhat plus shipping ain't half a good deal, I think, and it would be there the next day as well. But I say I didn't find. I want to use it anyway, but I didn't find a space for a discount code because I think you're buying 100 mils of e-liquid with Nick shots for a £5, so they're not going to discount that. I wouldn't imagine. They've got to make a bit of money somewhere. Yeah, you did. You actually told me in the stream. That is beautiful. That camera, Vic. That really is. It's a cracking camera. It's got just got the blur and everything behind you as well. Carl Irons, good evening. I didn't see him. Yeah, that was a good investment. That Vic. It really does look good. I can remember when we first started and we were using the webcams on the computers, and then Bill and I went and bought the same webcam at the same time, I think. And when they came, it actually looked like there was a cartoon sat there. Anyway, I bought one of them laptops last week, and that came up just the same. It was rubbish, so I took it back. I got 2 laptops in the same week and took them back. Well, sent one back to Amazon and took the other one back to the show. And then last night, or when I decided to do that stream the other night, I was just using my old Apple MacBook Air from 2017, and it streams perfectly well from there. There we go, Cal Zines. Seen you now. Connor Smith, sucks. I was never able to try Neon Source. Always wanted to, but never got the chance before he stopped producing it. Antigorony, has he got any concentrate or anything? No, you don't mix, do you? I'm sure he'd probably tell you even what the recipe is by now, to be honest. I don't think he's got any champagne in it. If you mix, just get some champagne and strawberries and shove them in the same bottle. You'll get a similar sort of flavour. As long as you put them in at the right sort of thing. I can't even remember what I mixed them at now. But I do like that. And then I went mad on Mullenbury's Rocky Lolly. I put that in everything for about a year. And now if I smell it, I just want to... I'm like, oh no, I mixed some up with it the other week and I thought, why on earth did you do that? I'm so bored with that flavour, I just can't stand it anymore. Can you still buy Milky Moo? That's the only juice that would make me take up... You're not vaping then, Tony? Milky Moo. Presumably that's obviously what is it, like a milkshake or something? I don't know. No idea. I seem to remember some bottles back in the day that were white with like cow patches on them. I don't know, mate, to be honest. For a long time, I just bought from our local vape shop. And so I vaped everything that came from there. Smock tanks. I had a couple of Smock Prince tanks there. So they went in the bin as well. They've been stood there for about 5 years. No point, is it? Gonna walk the dog? Oh, wait. No, sorry. Dog's gonna walk me. Amazing, aren't the dogs? It's like Jeff, you know. As soon as you press go live, he's like, oh, I think I might pop out now. Might pop out for a bit. So then he comes and nudges you, and then by the time you're ending the stream, he's just about tearing the legs off you trying to get out the door. Or sometimes, don't know about Milky Moon, but we have a range in the shop called Holy Cow. Yeah, that's probably what I'm getting mixed up with. Now he's ragging the bed. Not vaped for over 12 months, had a few issues with my lungs and packed it in. Good idea. But you was a smoker before though, weren't you? So, you know, was the damage there? You don't know, do you? You don't know. I mean, they might find out in 20 years that it's no good for you. We should have all carried on smoking, but I'd certainly feel a lot better from it. But if you can pack it all up, it's not a bad idea, really, is it? It's you still have to go outside in places, don't you? And it's a pain in the arse when you get on an aeroplane and you want to, you're just desperate for a vape and you have to do it. But if you could pack it all in and just get on with your life, it's better. That's a bit dry. Did you find it difficult to pack up vaping? That's the thing. Because I certainly found it difficult to pack up smoking. Oops. All over my keyboard. I didn't trust that one. I knew I'd overdripped. If you go on eye bottles, I wouldn't recommend you buying these. If you leave the needles in the way they're supposed to be, it takes you too much to get them out. They'd be alright if it was 50-50. So I've just chopped the needle off a bit, and now it comes out too fast. So, but to fill an 8mm tank up, it was a bit of a job, to be honest. So that's why I cut the top of the nozzle off. Yeah, I noticed a difference when I stopped. I still wanted to smoke from nearly up to a year, though, even though I was vaping all the time. I used to this. It was that one that got me to stop smoking. I've even left the juice in it to commemorate it. I just leave it in there on purpose. But that was 12mg freebase in that, and that's what actually got me off the cigarettes. I'll leave that there. That's my victory parade. It's to do with smoking, and I also found out I was highly allergic to my parakeet as well. Yep. I got emphysema and just quit. Oh, you're on inhaler, bloody hell. Yeah, I know a guy, he was in a wheelchair, and they had parakeets, and he'd sit next to him day in, day out in his wheelchair, and he had a massive asthma attack, and nearly died. And it did finish him in the end. It actually made him that poorly. Because it's the constant dust they kick up, isn't it? 9 years, fair play. That was long before Denny Decent, aren't we? 13 years for you. I started 2016. It will be, I can't remember when it is, probably next week. It'll be, what's that? For 8 years next week. I think it's next week. I'll have to find it on Twitter. And that was them little pens for a start, and then after a bit, I bought every device in the shop, to be really honest. But then it got to, I got that. That was the one that stopped me, because I was trying to sub home for a start. All this, and it wasn't working for me at all. I was just chugging. It wasn't really getting me anywhere. I went down the vape shop. He said, "It's not working for me." He says, "Well, try this." And then I come home and I said, "It's still not working for me." He said, "Well, you need to up your nicotine." So I bought some champagne and strawberries. Galactica from Space Jam at 12mg freebase, and off we went. That was it. And I vaped that for a year and a half, and I went on to Pinkman and vaped that for ages, and then I got on to mouth to lung RTAs. His ear purring, rubbing round my legs. Pack it in. Somebody come and let Jeff out, will you? He goes for the win. I don't know what mine was. It wasn't one of them with that clearomizer thing on the top. It was like a steel pen thing, and you screwed the top off, and they give you 10 these little wick things that you shoved in the top of them, and everything that you tasted, it didn't matter what you put in it, it just tasted the same as everything else. It was absolutely bloody awful. So, what did you have, Bunny? I think it was on 10 watts. That's what they vaped at. And then it only lasted half a day as well, so you needed 2 of them if you actually wanted to stop smoking. But it was a start, wasn't it? And I gave that to my brother-in-law, and he gave it to somebody else, and it was still going like 3 years after. So it went really well. My brother-in-law, he's only ever vaped cherry. I says, well, what's that for then? I said, I didn't really want to go around the houses with flavours and that. I just wanted to stop smoking, and that's all he's ever done. And he makes his own cherry menthol and vapes it all day, every day. But he had to stop, he did, because he was really bad with his chest. Started on a Jack Vapor cigarette. I remember a guy picked him up. He was on his way to Thailand to try and introduce them over there. And he got a box from him. I said, load of crap. I said, that'll never take off. Well, I think it might do. I said, you wasted your money with that, Paul. That'll never go. Anyway, here we all are, sat here talking about it. My go-to from Vampire Vape was Bloodsucker. I liked the taste of it, but I didn't like the smell of it, to be honest. That was a cherry one. It was about cherry lips or something. What's up with you? I'm going to have to go let him out because I think he wants crap. Last one I bought was the Aegis Boost Pro. Yeah, I haven't bought. I don't really buy much, but I say I don't. I keep getting some every month, so I'm still buying stuff. But the E-Leaf 40 watt. I did have an E-Leaf 30 watt, but I used to put that thing on. I think I used to put that on it. And I think I lent it to my lad and it got broke like everything else I ever lent him. C4 probably while it wasn't. I stick beneath the hell. Loved my first Vamo. It made me feel like a man. I started then going down TVF V4. I thought I was a right gangster when I bought that. On Revolu, the 3 battery one. Then I ended up with 2 or 3 of them. I used to buy them in each colour with a tank to match. It was crazy. But I think what I used to do was sort of spend the money that what I used to spend on smoking. I used to think, well, I'm not, I wasn't looking to save money. I was just looking to stop smoking. And I just ended up with every combination of everything. I ended up with 2 of the, what did they, 300s, weren't they? Or 200, that's right. But then they did an upgrade on them, so you could upgrade them to 300. So I had two of the 200s, and then I got the 200S. But it was all the thing, wasn't it, really? I remember there was a guy who used to have a chip shop, and they were all vapors, and they used to just stand outside vaping all the time in between jobs. And I used to think it was ridiculous. I said to my wife, I said, it's just ridiculous. And then one day you overgo it yourself, and you think, well, maybe they're right. I don't think Bill's going to make it, bless him. I started off the C4 as well and then discovered Smock Pen. I like them printer tanks, to be honest, but the coils were terrible. They used to last about half a day sometimes. But the flavour that came off them was amazing. But everybody sort of said about Smock they were rubbish, but most of the stuff they had. The TVF V4, well, once you'd tried the V8, you realised there was no actual flavour. It just tasted like cardboard. Here he is. Hello, Bill.
Hello.
Are you all right?
Yeah.
Let me just. Are you all right?
Yeah. I'm just got in.
You just
had a few things come up, so I'll discuss that once we get off of.
We're not telling anybody else.
No, it's
private.
So.
Yeah, right. Yeah. You didn't have to. If you were busy, we could have got.
No, it's fine. Yeah, it's quite all right. I'm good now. Yeah.
We could have insisted that Graham come in. I love the V12. Did you have a V12?
A V12.
The Smock tank.
Smock V12.
16, isn't it? You've got.
No, I got the 16 and I had the D barrel and I had the whatever that thing, whatever this one's called.
The one that talks to you.
Yeah.
I'm just going to let the cat out.
No.
Just
the iForev. That's what
it.
That one is.
Jeff's doing his thing. Just give me a second. Just amuse yourself by talking to the chat.
Well, okay. I guess since you've been doing it for 30 minutes, we can, see if I can handle it for 2 minutes. Hi, everyone. I'll go down chat. No, I'm not going down chat. Just actually came in from a chilly day on the course. Yeah. About 42 degrees and 10, 15 mile an hour winds, and the sun went down on us after about the first, well, not went down, but went behind clouds after about the first 3 holes, so it was a little cool. And then I got fuzzy on.
You gone fuzzy, Bill? I can't find him now. Can't find him now. He's cleared off. Little shit bag.
There we go. Now I'm back.
He's been playing me up for half an hour and now he's cleared off.
Yeah. That's why I usually don't have long sleeves on and everything, but like I said, I just a little chilly out today.
Is it? It's
42 Fahrenheit, so that'd be what, about 5 with cloudy and about 10 to 15 mile-an-hour wind.
That'd be cold then. It's cold.
Yeah, slightly.
Yeah, it's 2 here, and it's been cold all day. Never turned the heating off once. Never been out the door.
We might get Thursday might be a good enough day, but it's looking rough for the next couple of weeks. So we were trying to do everything we could.
We've got floods here. The river came over. I lived at the side of the River Trent, and it came over onto the flood banks, and it's gone right up the fields and shut the road off. So they've got high tides all week as well, so they're worried about it. It's gone through some people's houses as well.
So green grass and high tides.
No, just high tides and
song.
High tides and wet front rooms.
That's a song from the early 70s there.
Oh, is it? I'll not remember that then, Bill. I'd be...
that would have been, his group was called the Outlaws. Yeah.
Wow. We maybe didn't even get that one. Cheers. That hasn't come out too bad. What's
that? That caramel, salted caramel malt type thing that I made up.
You pleased with it?
Pretty good.
Yeah. I'm still on the strawberry custard donut.
Yeah.
This is I made 60 mils, then I made another 60 mils and 120 mils at the same time. So that's going down pretty well. I made 60 mils of this white chocolate and vaped that, and then made another 120 mil. So that's actually going down slower than that other one. But I've been vaping more of that strawberry custard donut than anything else. So no golf then?
Well, today,
right.
Maybe Thursday is possibly tomorrow, and the next day are like rubbish. Yeah, I think tomorrow's 115% chance of rain and snow mix. And then Wednesday's supposed to be worse.
No, I don't know. It's just going to be cold here. Believe in yourself. Good evening. I've been going to the reserve near me to buy juice. All right. You get it cheaper on the reserve.
He says, was that from the turn on, tune in, and drop out era? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I think you dropped out first so that you could turn on and tune in, because if you were still in, you didn't have time to turn on and tune in. So you would drop out, then turn on, tune in.
He's back.
Yeah, he's back. I said it was a song. It was actually a popular song. Not like top 40 song. It was like a FM radio type song back in the 70s is what it was. Yeah. It was rather lengthy. Too long for AM type radio. It was, I think, about an 11, 12-minute song. I'm dark, but I'm not a horse. Well, that's yeah. But I do have the dark underlying things going on. Actually ended up I'll wait till Mick gets his ears back in. Yeah, now he's got them.
I'm back.
Recognize this, Mick?
Oh, is that the one I lent Graham? Has he sent you it?
No, I actually won it.
You won it? What on?
Yeah, and 2 pods in one of the local shops.
Oh,
and
nice.
So if you made a purchase, you just got put in. I didn't even know I was, And
what do you think?
It's it's not bad. I mean, I took it with me to the course today, and it.
Put a little bit more nicotine in. You might find out you benefit from it.
But it's not. I'm not flavor wise. It's all right. I don't really need any more nicotine in it. I don't put
I've got 12 in
that much in them anyhow. But like I said, it's not a bad little. I don't think it has. I mean, the flavor's okay in it for what it is. But I mean,
It's
I'm
difficult.
still trying to run the coil out in that Origin.
When did you get that?
I've had the Oxford Origin. I've had this thing for, well, shit. When did Oxford Origins come out? 2-3 years ago?
Right.
3 years
Maybe a
ago?
long while then.
Yeah.
I forgot you got that one.
Yeah.
Good evening.
I got it because I thought it might be good to take to the casino because it's like a pocket job and I could just, not have to carry around a big deal. But my problem is I'm there for too long of a time and I'd have to take, extra juice because I'd run out.
Yeah. The thing is with them, I find it's like with that, with the cross. They're all right, but as soon as you get back to your regular device, you just feel a lot happier. To me, it feels like when you used to get somebody else's brand of cigarettes because they didn't have yours, you were pleased to get back to your original ones.
Yeah, it's like when you got home and go to get your Marlboros out again.
Yeah.
But you didn't,
They're all right, but there's just no real satisfaction.
I had gone down to this golf course that we played at. We were down there last Friday and played too. Guy that was in there was hitting on a vape, and I was like, I said, "What you got there?" And he's like, geez. I said, "What flavor is it?" And he said, "Menthol." And I was like, "I don't think menthol's a flavor." But I don't know what was in it because I asked him. I was like, "Well, does it have a flavor?" He's like, "No, it's just menthol." And I'm like, "So just VG, PG, and menthol." And he's like, "I don't know anything about that G stuff, but it's menthol."
And he was happy with it.
Yep, he was fine. Yeah. So I don't know whether or not. I'm assuming it had to have. It had to have some kind of flavor to it. I would think. I wouldn't figure you'd just put PG, VG, and menthol into something. But a lot of that shit, that's all you taste just to cool it.
Yeah. And they get that when they get that cold. But just saying, I went on Vape Gems last night. I was told I had to by Graham. So if you don't go on, I'm going to throw you back out the thing again. Yeah. So I went on and I made a little ordered a couple of bottles, and then I thought, well, it's not fair. I've ordered off him. I've got to go and order off Dispergo now because otherwise I'll feel left out. So I went on to Dispergo's, and they've got an offer on there, a lucky dip, not a lucky dip, but a mystery box. 400 mils of e-liquid for 20 quid, including the nick. So if you didn't mix, five a bottle. Can you imagine getting a bottle of e-liquid in the US for a $5?
The Recurve. I had the Recurve Dual, which was a RDA, and it wasn't.
Really good.
Yeah. That's a Mike Vapes thing, but I did not care for the Recurve Duo. It wasn't my favorite RDA by a long shot. And as far as it being rebuildable, I don't know if this one had the rebuildable in it. Well, they came out with one. Remember, this was the original one they came out with, and then they came out with another one that come in like a box, and you got all kinds of stuff in it. Remember that when they come out with the second Origin or the second one that Oxford did? Because I remember Big D had.
You could do the RBA deck on the top.
Yeah, I think so. So I think I know they put it in that one, but I don't think this one had the rebuildable option in it.
I want vaping DIY chewing gum menthol no crawl. It won't me. It'd be Connor. It goes with his Prosecco. $1 of mystery gift. $1 or mystery gift. The question is trending on my YouTube feed. Have you got a channel and believe in yourself? Because I clicked on your thing thinking, because you were telling me about your microphone and that, and I thought, well, I'll go and have a listen to this NT1A, and then I can't find you.
That was the Recurve Dual. Tone.
Ah, yeah, that was Brian's, wasn't it?
No, it was Mike Vapes.
Mike Banks. Yeah.
Yep, even says it. I'm sure somewhere on here. Yep,
Mike Banks.
Mike Vapes. Like I said, it's for RDA.
That's a fairly old one now, isn't it?
It wasn't my favorite.
It's a fairly old one now,
Then, of
though, isn't
course,
it?
yeah, that one I think he came out with in like 2019.
That's what you're
It
going
was
to
like
think.
one of
isn't
my
it?
first RDAs. So
I was just showing them all. I've had a bit of a tidy up. So all the old black e-liquid that was in the bottles on there. The atomizer stand that's been stood over there with a load of atomizers all leaking juice into it for the last 6 months or whatever. I washed them all out. I threw the creeds away. They both went. I thought there was no point in keeping them.
you got rid of the creeds?
I chucked them away, yeah. They've gone. They're in the bin.
You should have kept the creeds.
Why?
I mean,
you can only get...
I mean, you never know when somebody might want an RTA and you're like, oh, I got a couple back here. There's a couple of creeds. You just got to make sure you put this little.
Yeah.
I mean,
they're in the
they
bin
weren't
now.
really, the creeds were easier to wick than a lot of the stuff.
They were good.
We hit those quite a lot. Yeah.
Oh, the old dude show. I don't know if I can... I can't make that into a link.
Three old dude show. Yeah.
Three old
Ian,
dude show.
what's going on? Yeah.
See if I can copy that. I can. Can I make it into a link?
Hmm?
No. I'll tell you what we'll do.
All you got to do is just open it up in a browser and then,
Oh, the easiest way of doing it. I'd put it in again. Ian, good evening.
I can get it. Hang on a second.
I've put them into a moderator, so they'll be fine. Just to warn you, it was long ago.
Well, no, it ain't gonna be as easy as I thought. There's like about 15 YouTube channels called Three Old Dudes.
Oh, right. Three Old Dude Show. Just to warn you, it was long ago and not at all politically correct. And there was a thing we did weekly. The audience chose the term of the week.
Term of the week.
We ought to do that. We ought to do that now. Go on.
The term of the week. Yeah.
Go on. Somebody pick the term of the week.
This week's term is constipation.
7 swear words tattooed on your fingers.
We'll have this week. We're going to talk about constipation. All right.
Some people can go and some people can't.
And next week we'll help the other side out. We'll talk about diarrhea.
Once the term was decided upon, no matter what it was, from the pre-woke Urban Dictionary, in a very calm and soothing voice.
So, is there an after woke Urban Dictionary? That's
yeah, it's really boring.
I don't think the Urban Dictionary cares. It'll just come out with whatever anyhow. So.
Yeah, imagine that now. It was a lot easier when you didn't have to choose your words quite the same. I mean,
I still don't. I don't bother with it. I just whatever words are there come out, and you know, if you got a problem with it, deal with it. You know, I'm not out to offend anyone.
No,
if I do, then it was by mistake or ignorance on my part. But don't worry about it. Just go on.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, same as I'm not sure what my pronouns are today. Bye. That's the end of the conversation. Goodbye. Same as when they get in the cab and they start getting complicated, they just go bye.
Yeah, like I said, once you get to about 70 years old, and people are just like, he's old, don't worry about it. He's going to be dead in a year or two anyhow. So
once you get to 50, they're like, well, it's not worth arguing with him because he's never going to change his mind.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, and that's the other thing is once you get to a certain age, it's like, you can call them whatever you want to call them, whatever. I'm calling what I call, and, as long as I can still figure out what the hell it is, we're all right.
They went in and took all the fun. Well, they did. The thing, I mean, like you can watch some of the stuff from the 70s here, and you think, well, that really wouldn't cut it today, and I'm pleased that it doesn't. You know, some racist stuff that people were subjected to in a comedy situation, where they used to sit there and laugh, but you could tell they didn't think it was funny, and neither did the audience really. You know, certain things, but and then the other thing is we can
see. I think in comedy, I think it's a totally different thing. I think it's within the realm of what especially if it's like a comedian and it's a show. Then if it's within the context of what the show is and it's humorous, then it's comedy. It's not anything else. Yeah, but making someone laugh doesn't hurt anybody.
You'd have to watch the guy. I'll tell you about him when we're not on here. But you'd have to watch the guy to see what I meant. It was all he could ever do. It was all he could do.
Yeah, and there's something like that. And like I said, in those cases, maybe not. But for the same token, you can't. Once you get to the point to where you take comedians and you just start telling them, okay, you can't. And you can't do, and you can't talk about, and you can't do that. Then you just pretty much take it to show, and it's like, okay, well, just have to stop the act. Because
probably don't go to it if you don't want to watch it anyway. But some of these people, it was all they could do.
Well, the other thing is a lot of times people see somebody on TV. Bob Saget was a good example. It's R.I.P. Bob, but. Bob Saget was like the TV shows that he did were like the family wholesome type shows, all right? But his comedy act was entirely different. If you went and saw his comedy act, you would be like, wait a second. We thought, this was going to be, we thought, everybody would have thought that he, was a clean comedian. And he's basically as far as like comedians goes, he's probably one of the dirtiest comedians out there. But he was always doing like he was the host of all these family shows and what was the one greatest videos or something videos that he showed. It was on funniest videos, world's funniest videos, or
we had a
funniest
thing.
Videos or funniest home videos and all this other shit. Well, he was the host of that. And so everybody always thought that, if they went to see his comic act, that it was going to be, and it wasn't. I mean, it was like he was off the deep end the other way. It's actually what it comes down to.
Need help? Mech 21700 single, plus up or plus down, depends where the holes are for the thing. It doesn't really matter if it's a hybrid mech, as long as you make sure your atomizer's got the long enough positive pin coming out of it. Usually there'll be some
generally it's going to be plus up generally.
Well, on this one the holes are at the bottom, so I usually put it down, because if it's going to vent from the positive end, so just put it where the vent holes are normally.
I usually figure it like this: when you go to screw in your 510, and that pin's got a touch. If you've got the positive up there, then the pin's got to hit the 510, and it's got a better chance of connecting it. Whereas if you flip it, then you've still got, if it gets seated down in a little bit, your 510 pin may not hit. Best thing to do is there's a guy called Battery Mooch. Go watch him, and he'll tell you which one.
Just look for the. Matt's just said, look for the purge holes if it's got holes at the top.
Some of them actually show you the inside.
Yeah, no sub-ohm tanks on hybrid mix.
I think some show you inside, if you whether this one does or not. No, they really don't put a plus or a minus in it.
No. No, if they're hybrid, it doesn't really matter. The chances of it venting are slow. If you keep your build right, and the chances of venting it are really low. But if it's got holes, just point it towards that. That's what I do. This one's got a couple of blowout holes at the bottom, and so I just drop it in there anyway. You see, look at the bottom in the badge on the cross.
Yeah.
So I always just put it there because if it's going to vent, it will vent out the bottom.
Well, see, this one, your vent hole's up there.
There you go.
The top, so yeah.
The trail of depression runs in my family, so I countered it by mindful choice of the words I choose to give voice to. And the nickname of Mr. Positive at work. It's true. It is true. There is people you can meet in your life and you'll start off, you think you're having quite a good day, and by the time you've been talking to for 10 minutes and every ailment they've got, you think, oh no, it's like watching the news, isn't it?
Well, it depends on whether or not the Mr. Positive was sarcastic or whether or not it was factual.
Yeah. That's the other thing, yeah.
That could be looked at either way, actually, that guy's always positive,
If you are really positive, make sure you put your head near the ventils.
Yeah.
My New Year's resolution is not to buy another RTA unless it has a lightsaber attachment. I bet you.
Well, yeah, but this is coming from a guy who RTA and he vapes at 15 watts or whatever, so
you're not going to get much of a lightsaber coming out of it, are you really?
No, you're not.
More of a fizz.
I wouldn't see you buying an RTA anyhow. If you vape at low watts, an RTA is just not the thing for you. That
depends what you've got. It could be a mouth to lung RTA with a little Clapton in that only do 14 watts.
There's not many RTAs that are mouth to lung. I mean, I was going to say the solo could be mouth.
That's how there is. If you were in the market to have one, you'd realise how many there is. There was loads. Yeah, these are all single coils.
Yeah, I mean, I had the what was the one? Shit, I can't remember what the name of it was now. That disco was 14 watts. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't want to burn you up by that extra watt. Good grief. Yeah, the Pioneer. I had that. Yeah. Man, I could never wake that damn thing.
It was the guy on the left. It could be Bill.
Depends on which way you're looking at the computer.
I'm not really sure. If you stood upside down.
Yeah. It's either Mick or Bill.
It was on the other day, Craig, that you've been on hiatus. Craig and Kenny's back on tomorrow night, chewing the Tuesday, so make sure you pop over and support them.
I can't. I won't be home.
No, I'll be in the cab.
Out of town.
I'll listen to him. Keith Richards.
I'll be donating money to the...
Oh, you're going to see him?
Yeah.
Are you going to take that guy a new mod? Take
another one down so that somebody can nick it. You're talking, we're going to a different place. So it's not the same one.
Take him that icy disposable.
All right. Night, Vic.
How you going, Vic? I'm going to bed. Thanks, Cloudheads. Have fun. He's also got subscribed to by Grim Green. Crazy going mechanical.
Yeah.
Whatever that means.
Yes. You'll get a bad elbow, don't you? Yeah.
Get the mech elbow. Yeah, Bix in Holland, so he's an hour further on than us, so it'll be 11 o'clock, and I think he gets up really early. He drives a van and gets up really early.
I was going to say, it's kind of weird to be going to bed at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. But, yeah.
There's a guy in, I can't remember who it was, from New Zealand, and he eats in the morning there. What's his name? I can't remember what I call him. He was in pretty early on. Chatting for a bit.
This half a show stuff works pretty good. I may start doing this.
Half a show, yeah. Yeah,
it flew by. Yeah.
Tony from New Zealand. It was already morning there.
Yeah. Is Graham still about? Tried to get a hold of him a few months back. Yes, he's still about, Tony.
Yeah. Yeah, get him on Monkey on Juice. Just depends. Depends what you want him for.
Yeah, if you've got Facebook, Monkey on Juice works.
Or he's now got a massive company called Vape Gems that's taking over the world.
Yeah.
11 a.m. in New Zealand.
11 a.m. in New Zealand.
Yep.
5 p.m. here in Eastern time in the States.
And then 11 a.m., 10 a.m. in the UK. Yeah, 2300.
2300 almost. Yeah.
Yeah, I know he has to get up silly early because I think he drives a box truck or something.
It says not a van, a box truck. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
So it's a truck that just holds boxes.
It's the same. It's a little bit the same when you say to somebody, "Do you drive a bus?" They go, "No, I drive a coach."
Well, it depends. See here, a bus, not on Facebook. Okay. How'd you try to get a hold of them?
Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's here. Like a bus is considered more like that would be school bus. So you call them school coaches?
No, they're school buses. A bus over here really is it like a service bus, so it'll be the one that takes you short drops and stuff like that. Or the one
I would think of when I think of a bus over there, I think of a double decker thing driving around through.
That would be a bus. Yeah, we do have double deckers, but a lot of them are only single deckers. Some of even short buses. There is a place.
Well, yeah, we have short buses. Those are the windows on those are the best to lick here. and
on the short bus. Speaking of political correctness, let's lick the windows on the short bus. That's also, the woke police are going to be out. We already mentioned vaping, and now we've mentioned licking windows. So that's us. Sure enough, our ahead of us vaping big. What's the news interesting? As it's Tuesday over in New Zealand, what's the winning lottery numbers? For Monday night.
When I hear coach, I'm thinking highway coaches like Greyhound. See here, that's a Greyhound bus. That's not a coach.
Yeah.
A coach here is somebody who has a basketball team, or it's
a coach over here is something that's been coach built. So that means comfy seats.
I liked it.
I
liked it because I was watching a guy from UK had come over to the US and he was playing golf against the guy over here, and they were riding in the cart. And the guy's like, it's in the cart. He's like, what's a cart? He said, that. He's like, that's not a cart, that's a buggy. And the guy's like, no, a buggy is what you use at the supermarket that you haul around. He's like, no, that's a cart.
That's a trolley.
Yeah, that's a trolley. Yeah. And he's like, well, no, that's, he's like, a trolley is the thing that goes down and, you ride on it in the city and you get on the trolley and that takes you over to the next thing. You pull the thing and
that's a tram.
The bell. Yeah.
Slightly different. Ours would be electric and more shaped like a proper train, rolled glass and plastic. Yeah.
And he said, well, you can't, because a cart is something a horse pulls. Because, you can't have the cart before the horse. And the other, and I'm like, well, here it's like a horse and buggy,
Yeah.
And so it's weird how that there's all of these things, but the terms and what they're called is just slightly different between the two.
And a lot of the people came from here in the first place, didn't they? So
yeah, there's a guy on YouTube that's pretty good that does he lives in the U.S. now. He's from Britain, but he lives in the U.S. now. Been here for a while, but he does all of these videos on memos that got lost in the pond between Britain and here, and some of the stuff that he talks about and everything. And I mean, it's a really interesting channel. He's got, I don't know, he's got 500,000 subs, so he does well with it. Gifting him out.
It's only 5.
Three dog night.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, everybody that got one, John the Vaping Joker got one. Other than that, the rest of them are.
There you go, John. You've got one.
Yeah, probably not here.
They are, John. We love you. Sentiment beat. Anyway, we've got 5 left, but they've got to last us 3 weeks, so we'll give it 2 weeks and then we'll do another one.
Yeah, we'll do another one later because we're out of time today. So,
yeah, we've got to go. Bit of a short one for Bill, but I've blood, sweat, and tears for me.
Yeah, well, I'm
Only shit on my fake accounts. Sentiment beats. Chuck Nulty. That's definitely a Craig, isn't it? Chuck Nulty.
Chuck Nutley, not Nulty, Nutley.
That was it. I need to get my eyes tested. If I put my glasses on, I can't see them. If I take them off, I can't see them. I think it might help if I clean them.
It might. Never know.
Anyway, thanks everyone. Thanks for coming in. If you're a member now, we love you. Thankfully, Mr. Intense. I'm like Secret Santa. No, it's YouTube that's like Secret Santa.
Yeah.
I love you too, Mick. Well, it was Bill that told me to do it. Yeah, thanks very much. It's been a bit of a different one tonight. Obviously, Bill's been doing what he needed to do, but we'll be back next week, and there might be some other things coming up on the channel this week. I'm not sure what it is. Pop over and check out the lovely people at Dispergo and use Bill20 for 20% off. And also, why not pop over and have a look at Vape Gems and see if they have anything that you might like, even though the postage is a bit expensive. It's not
They've
really.
got everything you could want.
Everything you could want. And if you need any advice about anything, please don't hesitate to text Graham 1,000,000 times about anything that you need. And that's it. Job done. Our work here is done, Bill.
All right.
That's it for another week. Catch you all soon. Bye-bye.
Take care.